Carolyn. It feels like we are socially distanced, but we felt close to Missouri Head Start programs for quite some time now.
I have to agree with you, Stacy.
The Missouri Head Start State Collaboration Office dedicates this video to all Missouri Head Start staff and partners who have worked tirelessly during some of our nation's most challenging times.
We are indebted to you for the compassion you have demonstrated and your ongoing commitment to fulfilling the mission of Head Start.
Thank you, Missouri Head Start.
You knew your mission so deeply that you followed it at all times in attempting to do the impossible, to keep these low-income families, many frontline workers, keep them and their families safe and steady and secure.
You have modeled incredible resiliency and creativity and a drive for goodness, and that represents Head Start, and I think represents who you are. So I'm just excited for the opportunity moving forward, but also for you to recognize and pause and see all of the goodness that you've brought. And so thinking ahead to all the goodness that will come too.
I think the one thing for me is that we all really have to think about how we seize the opportunity that we're in. So if we take this COVID pandemic and look at it as change, it's changed the way that we do our work, but change is also opportunity to do a variety of things, whether it's strengthening programs, strengthening the workforce, strengthening supports for families and children. We really need to seize the opportunity that this change is bringing us.
We could not have done this without him. Head Start seems to always be around and in good trouble. But we always are about good change.
But for our youngest children, you are champions. Champions of wellness, champions of compassion, champions of resilience, and you're my champions. Thank you.
Our gratitude and our respect for the hard work that they have done over the last 18 months through this pandemic. Some of the great opportunities that we can take away from this pandemic and be able to do wonderful things and great things with our children and families in the future.
I was never so proud to be the regional program manager for this region at the very beginning of this pandemic. And I can definitely say Missouri was right there on the forefront. And so our Head Start program, our early Head Start programs, and the partnerships that were involved in that stepped up to the plate. And so I say I have nothing but gratitude and appreciation for all those who did just that.
They are part of this story. When people look back over this pandemic 20 years from now, these children, these parents, they're going to look back and they're going to think Miss Carolyn was part of the story. They're going to be so close to the staff, so much closer than other families and children have probably been in the past. I think this is just an unprecedented time in history.
To be kind and be empathetic to the work that our folk do on a day-to-day is very real. I think we have to even take it a step further to understand the complexities of the world that we operate in, because our workforce challenges, even though we have high expectations and we know our folk can rise, we have to be mindful that they're human beings too. And they're struggling right with us in this midst of war of COVID-19. And I think empathetic thinking, be kind, be grateful and be humble for the work and the talent that we currently have is very, very important.
I know that we have been working and struggling, and it seems like the mountain, we just came off of one mountain peak and we thought we were in the valley where we could kind of chill out a little bit. And now all of a sudden it seems like there's another mountain range out there to get to our common goal. And I would just say, walk together, children, don't be worried. We're gonna make it to the promised land. It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna make it there.
You know, I've worked in the National Football League now for 32 years, and two of the things that I've learned in that time, number one is that life, it was never meant to be a spectator sport. You know, we're called to get in the game. You know, God didn't put us on this earth to make a living. He put us here to make an impact. And I believe that we're called to be difference makers. And that's what I appreciate about Head Start is that you are in the game, you are making a difference, and never forget that.